from stealing thousands of dollars to the death of hundreds. This is the worst events in fishing history. The Lake Erie Walleye Trail cheaters. This is one of the most disgraceful cheating scandals in history. The Lake Erie Walleye Trail is hosting their annual fishing tournament. The rules are simple. Fishers would fish for a walleye and the winners would be determined by the total weight of 5 walleye catches. 2 men, Jake and Chase, joined this tournament. They were rising stars, winning tournament after tournament, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Other fishers thought something was off about their wins. In previous tournaments, they believed that the fish never looked heavier than the others, but they still managed to win every one. At one point, they were even forced to take a lie detector test lasting up to 3 hours just to prove that they weren't cheating. Other fishermen claimed that they never saw the two fishing on the lake during the tournaments, and when the events were over, they wouldn't donate the fish to food banks like most of the other fishermen in the tournament. It got so bad that a tournament observer had to ride on the same boat as them, but the observer didn't see anything suspicious. On September 30th, 2022, the two won again. The total weight of the 5 fish was 33.91 pounds, one weighing 7.9 pounds. The average walleye is 3. As the two are leaving, a few fishermen approached them, one asking to inspect the fish. The two tried to ignore him, but he grabbed the fish and felt something unusual. He asked for a knife and cut right into it, and what he saw were weights. He started to yell to attract the attention of other anglers. He cut open another and found even more weights. The other anglers were infuriated. The police had to be called so they weren't attacked. The two were safely escorted away. But the story doesn't end here. They were both disqualified and a month later were arrested. How much time did they serve, you ask? 10 days. Yes, 10 days. Our next one on the list is the shark arm murder. This is one of the most bizarre crimes ever revealed by a fish. On a sunny day in Australia, an angler hooked a small shark off the Coogee beach. As he's reeling it in, an aggressive tiger shark swallowed the smaller shark whole, allowing him to catch the tiger shark. Tiger sharks were a big attraction, so he brought the tiger shark to an aquarium, where it would be on display for the next weekend. Several days went by, and the shark mysteriously got sick. Then out of nowhere, the shark throws up a human arm. The crowd was in utter disbelief. Medical examiners took the arm and revealed something shocking. The arm wasn't bitten off. It was cut by something like a knife. The stomach acid of the shark hadn't dissolved the arm fully, and they noticed that the arm had a tattoo of 2 boxers. A few days later, after news reporters put it in the paper, a man named Edwin Smith came out and said that it was his brother, who had been missing for weeks. The fingerprints matched, confirming that it belonged to Jim Smith, a boxer and a small-time criminal who became involved in an illegal gambling ring. Criminals higher up had a dispute with Jim, resulting in Jim being cut to pieces and dumped into the water. No one knows to this day who really murdered Jim Smith. The next story for today is the Alaska Ranger sinking. The terrifying story on how a commercial fishing boat mysteriously sank. The year is 2008, and a ship named the Alaska Ranger with a crew of 47 set off 180 miles offshore. The day of fishing was a success, and everyone went to bed. But out of nowhere, during the night, an engineer was alerted by an alarm indicating that the water levels were high. As he opened the door of the rudder, a giant wall of water rushed towards him. He immediately shut the door and sealed it closed, but the water would not stop leaking through. From room to room, the water rose higher and higher, eventually reaching an electric panel, causing all power to be lost. With the power lost, the propeller stopped on the ship, causing the ship to start going backwards. This backwards motion caused even more water to enter. The only option left was to go on the life rafts, but because of the way the ship was positioned, only one of the 3 rafts were obtainable. The life raft only held 22 people. The rest had to jump straight into the extremely cold water. 42 of the 47 people were rescued. Almost everyone who wasn't in the life raft suffered extreme hypothermia. The rest were never seen again. The Bhopal disaster. This isn't just one of the worst events in fishing, but also one of the worst industrial disasters. On December 2nd, 1984, at the UCIL, a pesticide plant in Bhopal, India, a dark cloud started coming out of the plant. The cloud was a deadly gas called methyl isocyanate. No one knows why the leak happened, but some claim that it was a cause of errors in the safety measures by the workers. The gas immediately spread into the city, killing over 3,900 people that night. The following days were even worse, killing up to 10,000 people. The survivors will likely develop cancers and other health problems. Humans, cows, goats, chickens, and even food were all contaminated. Fishing was banned, causing people to lose food and water. But people still fish anyways, causing more and more fatalities. Protests broke out, demanding that they are recompensated for their suffering. The government was barraged by constant appeals. In 1989, the Indian Supreme Court put out $470 million settlement. But even up to the modern day, the people that still live in Bhopal still have health problems. On March 14th, 2023, the Indian Supreme Court refused any petition for the compensation of the gas leak. Even today, despite many promises, the site was never fully cleaned. The chemicals still affect the fish, and those who have nothing else but to eat the fish still suffer health problems.